What's up, Internet? This is Kyle, back with another episode about cameras and tech and all that good stuff. Today, we're going to announce the winner of the lens giveaway, and we're going to talk about 5 camera hacks and tips for your Sony a6000. Welcome back everybody. Thank you so much for the support these past few weeks. Last week, I pulled muscles in my neck on a roller coaster.
Oh, my neck!
I know. Such a grown-up thing of me to do, but you know, stuff happens, I guess. So I've been in a lot of pain for the past week. I feel good. I don't feel like 100% right now, but I feel like I'm at 90, 95, so it's time to make a video. Okay, so we'll do the lens giveaway at the end. I know you guys are stoked on that. Thank you so much for all of the people who commented on that video. It was super awesome to see that. As you guys may or may not know, I try and respond to almost every single comment. I really do. I try and be quick with it. So if you comment on this video, I will definitely try and respond back. Okay, so now that we got that said, let's get into the 5 hacks, tips, tricks, and just little things that I think will make owning an a6000 that much cooler or better. You're not necessarily cool, I guess.
Peeing your pants is cool. Consider me Miles Davis.
Oh, that was the grossest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, looking at my list because I'm a professional. Number 1 is when your LCD screen turns off when you put it too close to your body. Now, maybe some of you don't know what I'm talking about, and I hope I don't introduce a problem to you, but when you're shooting with your camera and you put it up close to you, the viewfinder has a sensor right next to it to the right that blocks out light, I believe, or maybe it's object sensing. I actually don't know what it's looking for, but when you move an object closer and that sensor catches it, it's gonna take the back LCD screen away and it's gonna change the viewing to the viewfinder. Now there is also a setting where you can just choose, I just wanna use the back LCD screen, never wanna use the viewfinder. You can do that, or you can do the reverse. I want the LCD screen off, I just wanna take pictures through the viewfinder. However, the whole advantage of having a mirrorless camera is that you get the live view on the back and you get the live view in the electronic viewfinder. So it's really annoying when you're trying to use the screen and you're bringing your camera in towards your body, and maybe you just have the screen tilted and you're looking down, and as soon as you get close to your body, right where you want to take the shot, the screen goes black and it transfers over to the viewfinder. It's super annoying. I know it's frustrating. I came across somebody on YouTube, I will link them down below, I forget their channel name, I apologize, that came up with this little trick. Different people have different methods. I think the best and easiest method is electrical tape. You guys know duct tape fixes everything, but electrical tape is black and it blends in with the camera. It doesn't look that ugly and it's super easy to do. So I've already done it on my girlfriend's camera, which you can probably see right here. There's the sensor right next to the viewfinder, and I put a little sliver of electrical tape right there just to block enough. Now, if you block the whole thing, it's gonna be just like if you had the setting where you don't want the back screen on at all. The sensor's gonna be thinking that there's a body or a finger or something in front of it the whole time, and it's just gonna have the viewfinder on. So that's why I have mine half covered. I actually haven't done my camera yet. I just tested it on my girlfriend's camera and it works great. I can put it up to my chest, even this close, and I can still see the viewfinder and it works great. However, if I go to put my eye on it, then it transfers over to the viewfinder. And that's really what they made it for. It's just, I feel like they made the sensor a little too long so then it sees your body and stuff like that. So yeah, tip number 1 right there. Nice little hack. I love that. Thank you so much, YouTube. Okay, looking at my list, and number 2, clear image zoom assigned to a custom button. Okay, so we've talked about clear image zoom a couple times on this channel in a couple different videos, but I never told you guys how to assign it to a custom button, and that's because I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just like, oh, this is a cool setting I can turn on. And then I was like, oh, I could assign this to a button and use it all the time. It's great because when I have the custom button assigned, I can use it for lenses like the Sigma 16mm, which I'm filming on right now, or my Sony 35mm, both prime lenses. I can turn them into a little bit of zoom lenses with an easy button. So the button I've chosen for mine is C1, which is directly on top of the camera, kind of near the shutter button. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it there because what I have to do is I have to press C1 and then I scroll with the wheel and that zooms in or out. Okay, to set this up, it's really easy. You hit the menu button, then you're gonna go to the second tab, which is the little cog symbol, the gear symbol. Then you're gonna go to page 6, and then it's the second option down, custom key settings. You're going to hit the center button on that, and then there are different buttons that you can assign different things. We kind of went over this briefly in another video. And then the custom button 1 is set right now on my girlfriend's camera for focus mode. I'm gonna hit the center button on that, and then scroll all the way down until I find zoom, and then hit the center button on that, and boom, you're good to go. When you have a zoom lens on, like this is the kit lens, the 16 to 50 power zoom, you can't assign a zoom button because you can zoom with the lens ring or you can use the power zoom toggle. So that's pretty odd. I'm gonna slap the 35mm on here and then show you. Okay, yeah, so my suspicion was right. If you have a zoom lens, I don't think you can assign it to a button, which is kind of a bummer, but at the same time, it's more of a feature that's used for prime lenses or something like that when you need a little bit more reach or a little bit more of a zoom. So I just put the 35mm on. I'm gonna hold the custom button, and then with the wheel, I can zoom in, and then I can focus and zoom out. And now this only works in JPEG, like I told you guys before. And it does not work in video mode. I use it all the time and I love it. Tip number 3 is overheating issues. Now, I've never experienced any overheating issues myself. I know my girlfriend has because she's recorded longer videos than I have. But if you're recording video for a long time, or maybe even if you're using the 11 frames per second, shooting, firing raw photos and stuff like that, the camera can get hot and it will overheat and tell you on the screen. So a way to combat that is to always, and I repeat, always, in my opinion, have the screen off the body. I mean, obviously, if you're not shooting video all the time, I guess then you wouldn't have the screen off, but this thing generates heat. It's thick, it's got electronics in there and everything like that, and when you bring it off of the body, there is space for air to kind of get to. Now, the second trick with overheating is the battery door actually doesn't have to be closed for the camera to operate. So you can leave that open, especially if you're like shooting a time lapse or something like that and you get overheating issues. You can leave this off, battery door open, and that should help a lot. The third thing for overheating would be to use a dummy battery. So these Sony, or this is a Power Extra battery that I have in there, that generates heat, it gets hot. You can get an AC adapter that plugs into just a shell of a battery, plug that guy in, and there would be a lot less heat in there. A lot of people use that for setups like this for YouTube. They get a dummy battery, that way they can just plug it into the wall. The only drawback is that you have to have an outlet to plug it in. So yeah, those are 3 kind of mini tips about the overall tip of trying to combat overheating with your camera. Okay, tip number 4 is a pretty simple one. It's saving battery life. Alpha 6000 series, 6300, 6500, they have battery life issues. They're smaller batteries, smaller camera, and they don't last that long. So there is a setting on your camera that you can turn off to save battery. So like everything else, you hit the menu button, you go over to the little Wi-Fi symbol, and you may have guessed it by now, but you go down to airplane mode and you hit the center button on that, and you turn it on to save battery. What it does is it turns off Wi-Fi, NFC, and it may even turn off other features. I'm not sure about that, but that's like the #1 tip to save battery life on anything, your phone and stuff like that. It's less impactful nowadays, but for the camera, it definitely makes a difference. Okay, number 5, it's a small one, a small tip, but XAVCS mode. I always get that acronym wrong, but XAVCS mode, try saying that really fast. That's really hard. XAVCS, XAVCS, XAVCS mode. Got it. XAVCS is a codec on Sony cameras that is a lot better than the other codecs. This is more of a video nerd type thing. You don't have to record in this mode. MP4 is fine. Actually, I've been using MP4 for a very long time, up until recently. And the reason being is you can only use XAVCS mode if you have a 64GB SD card. It doesn't have to be a full-sized SD card. It can be a micro, which I'm using right now. But it has to be that capacity. It's not a speed thing, which I thought in the first place. It doesn't matter the write speed of your card or anything. It needs to be a 64GB SD card, and then you can use that codec. Okay guys, I feel like I've been talking really fast, so hopefully this is a good video, and hopefully I explain things clearly. I think these are all great tips, and I feel like if a friend of mine bought the camera, these are things that I would tell them. So I'm telling you guys. All right, now that we got the hacks and tips and all that out of the way, we can pick a winner for the lens giveaway. So somebody really cool on the internet made a website that picks a unique comment from a video comment section and picks them as the winner for your raffle or your contest. It's gonna sort out all duplicate comments, so if you commented 10 times, it doesn't improve your chances, so it's fair. Okay, so I just put in the link and we got 165 unique comments. You guys are awesome. And here we go, we gotta pick the winner. All right, the winner is He T City, I think that's the person's name. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He says, or she says, "Whoa, look at the bokeh from that lens. Great photos. I recently purchased an A6000, so I'm presently in the learning phase after my switch from Canon. Looking forward to more camera content videos." That is awesome. So a beginner, somebody who just bought the camera is gonna get the lens. That really makes me happy. I mean, I'm overall just happy to give the lens away in general. And I will be doing more giveaways without a doubt. This was for 1,000 subscribers. We've completely crushed that. I have no idea where you people are coming from, but holy crap, we have a lot of people here now. Yeah, that's it for this video. We did the giveaway, 5 tips and hacks and stuff like that. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I was really looking forward to doing this video for a long time, and I want to do more like this. Let me know if you guys have any hacks or tricks or tips that I need to know, because I want to know them all. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Later.